Oh, wait. Here we go.
It's taken time, but I believe I've finally made sense of the bizarre events we've witnessed here.
You've worked it all out?
For the most part. Eh? Come on then, out with it! Yes, of course. I have much to say about this city and its secrets. The London we are presently in, this London of the future, is a fake. More precisely, it's a set designed to make us believe that we've traveled 10 years into the future.
What?
There is no time machine.
So
Not here,
it's all
not
fake?
anywhere.
It's another place where it's a fake.
What?
Yeah, so yeah, have you noticed the running? Have you noticed? So yeah, have you noticed the running theme with at least these three Layton games? Same as here, it was a fake because all robots. Full sense, it was a fake because we were high on drugs, or actually we were high on gas. And this is also a fake apparently because apparently this is like a set.
It kind of looks like one, to be honest.
We were all led to believe
does.
that the clock shop was a portal to the future. But the truth about that shop is in some ways just as bewildering. The back room of the clock shop is no time machine. It's a lift leading down into the earth.
So the time machine is a fucking elevator?
It is.
You mean to say we're underground right now? Precisely. You may have heard of subterranean caverns, as some of them house ancient ruins. Some experts theorize that these caverns pepper the entire Earth. What I've seen here leads me to conclude that Dimitri used one such cavern to build this false London. It's as if we're standing in the largest film set ever created.
What? I can hardly believe it.
So Dimitri is behind all this then? But why? That question stumped me as well. Why would he go to such pains to make us believe we're in the future? It doesn't make sense, unless convincing people of this is the key to achieving his ultimate goal.
What kind of goal requires a setup like that?
It's simple. It seems that Dimitri never gave up his original dream of building a time machine. But though he poured all his energy into achieving this feat, the task was too large for one man. He needed other scientists to support his project, so he turned to the greatest minds in London. But to keep the scientists working for him, they needed to believe that they were in the future.
Why?
Think about it, Luke. Dimitri couldn't imprison the scientists, not in the conventional sense. After all, who knows what kind of work they would produce under those circumstances? No, Dimitri needed a different approach to compel the scientists to complete his research. The scientists had to want the time machine to work as much as Dimitri did. So he told them that they had been shot forward 10 years in time, stranded a decade from home. Dimitri misled the scientists, telling them that the time machine was an unfinished project. They thought they were stranded, and that the machine was their only hope of returning home. Ah, so that's why they were so willing to follow orders. That's all I've been able to work out. Perhaps our friend here can fill us in on the rest.
I see you've caught on. Excellent work as always, Herschel.
Bob Ross, how could you? I loved your paintings.
The family uses this establishment as a hideout. Therefore, it seemed a bit odd that the bartender didn't so much as raise an eyebrow when we walked in.
I have to give credit where it's due. I never imagined you'd work out so much of the plan yourself. I suppose I've no choice but to shut you up for good.
The whole story. So yeah, future London turns out to be a fake city built in an underground cavern beneath the real London. Dimitri led his team of scientists to believe they were trapped in the future so that they would put every effort to completing a functioning time machine.
So I was tricked.
You were somewhat correct. You were correct. Yeah. As M Night Shyamalan would put it, for the twist.
With the twist. Yeah.
Yep. Not voice acting now.
Dimitri Allen, you've been watching us this whole time?
I wish to issue a challenge to the professor. Bumbling lawmen have no part in this conversation.
Bumbling? I'll show you bumbling.
It would be wise for you to all stay right where you are. You see, I've laced this restaurant with enough explosions to level the place. Are you out of your mind? We'll all die, even you. Oh, no. I'm going to walk out of this place unharmed. You see, by pressing the switch here, I've activated a series of sensors embedded in the floor. The sensors don't respond to my movement, but they'll trigger the charge the second you touch one. This place is a minefield. I see you're catching on. Now I'm gonna stroll out that door and leave the lot of you behind. Stay as long as you like. Just remember that when you decide to leave, you sealed your fate. It would seem that you've bested me, Dimitri. There's no challenge to be had here. Not exactly, Professor. This piece of paper contains the location of every sensor in the room. All you need to do is know how to find them. Well, I suppose this makes this more of a fair contest. Alright, so we need to find all the sensors. The numbers written above and to the left of the map indicate the number of sensors presented in the column and row respectively. Alright, so let's work on the 5s first. So yeah, the rows of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, let's work on another 5. Alright, so we only need 5 for a column, so let's see. We need 3 here, so let's try 1 here, 2, 3... Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, so here's another one for 5. So we're done with this one. Alrighty. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, actually, this puzzle is different in the UK version. In the UK version, it looks like a infinity symbol. However, with this one, it spells out something different. Oh.
The US version.
Yeah. This is the US version. Oh, well done, Herschel. It was foolish of me to make this so easy for you. I suppose you're free. It was surprisingly easy, unless, of course, the information you provided me was inaccurate. What? Luke, have a look at the positions of these sensors. Now flip the drawing over. What does it spell?
Let's see.
Oh, lie.
Lie?
Does this mean what I think it means? This map of the sensors is a lie, isn't it? We were going to walk straight into the sensors and die. You monster! Unless there weren't any sensors to begin with. What? That's it, Dimitri, isn't it? It's true you've done some evil things, but you're not a killer. You just wanted to keep us busy so you can make your escape. Well, time to spill the beans.
I should have known I wouldn't fool you, Herschel.
I've worked things out on my own this far, but I need you to help make sense of the rest. You must have had some reason for concocting a scheme this wild.
I had a very good reason. It all started about 10 years ago. Bill Hawks and I were friends and colleagues. We worked in the same lab researching time travel. Our research meant everything to us. We poured our hearts and souls into uncovering the secrets of space and time. After months of progress, we had built ourselves a prototype time machine. It was finally time to test our work with a human subject. Bill thought we should use Claire as the first test subject. She was our lab assistant. I, of course, vehemently opposed this idea. I loved her too, you see. And though she didn't return my feelings, I didn't want to risk her getting hurt in the experiment. Around this time, I noticed a flaw in the design of our machine. I begged Bill to postpone the experiment, but he wouldn't hear of it. Sometime after the accident, I made a startling discovery. Unbeknownst to me, Bill had made a deal to sell the technology behind the machine's power source. Apparently, a large corporation had offered him a very impressive sum. Bill knew the machine wasn't ready for a human subject, but he needed to demonstrate its viability. We all know the tragic results of his decision. By the time I realized Bill planned to go ahead with the experiment, it was too late to stop. What have you done?
So that prick was the one that killed her.
Yep, Bill Hawks.
Because of Bill's greed.
And Bill Hawks was basically
Claire was lost to me forever.
the reason why he wanted to stop Layton from basically, revealing what actually happened to the explosion. They don't actually flat out say it, but it's greatly implied that, with Bill becoming the prime minister, it would make sense that he didn't want anyone to know what he did back then.
So basically he was the one that assaulted him.
Well, basically, he might not have assaulted him directly, but it is fair to say that he might have had some men that did it.
I see.
Yep.
Life is full of cruel twists. In the blink of an eye, I lost my life's work and the love of my life. To say I was a broken man would be an understatement. Bill, on the other hand, made a full recovery from his injuries. He also completed the deal with the corporation, pocketing more money than most people see in a lifetime. He used his newfound fortune to climb the political ladder to the very top. He killed Claire and was rewarded with the most powerful seat in government. If that's not a cruel joke, I don't know what it is.
Well, he killed her for the money.
I wasn't bitter. And it was this
basically,
bitterness that sent me back to my research.
Basically, it was greed. Basically, it was greed that made him want to, do the time machine right now instead of just waiting.
I thought that if I could travel to the past, I could rob Bill of all that he had won. Oh, of course, there was another reason why I wanted to go back in time. To save Claire from her fate. Surely you understand, Herschel.
Claire is no longer with us. There's nothing anyone can do to turn back time.
Do you really believe that?
I don't want to, but I do. I have just one more question for you.
What is it?
Someone's been using you as a pawn. Are you aware of this?
What are you talking about?
Someone here.
All right, here we go.
Masterminded a scheme even more awful than yours, Dimitri. And that person is there.
I think you're mistaken, Professor.
No, there's no mistake here, and there's no hiding it anymore, Luke.
Yep.
Or should I call you Clive?
I've been waiting for this moment for months.
It took some time to put together the pieces of your plan, but when I finally understood it all, the sheer evil of it sent a chill down my spine.
Okay, so this is where I'm gonna listen because I'm a little bit
What is
confused.
he talking about,
Alright.
Clive?
If Dimitri isn't the bad guy, then
Yep.
why is Clive the bad guy?
Well, you'll see.
You kept your true intentions hidden from everyone, Clive, even your partner, Dimitri.
What are you saying, Herschel?
Clive was aiming for revenge on a massive scale, and you were nothing more than a pawn, Dimitri.
Tremendous work, Professor. You found me out.
Stop speaking in riddles, Layton. What?
What's this? Sorry.
Clive, you lived next door to the lab that exploded 10 years ago. You were just a child then. That blast demolished half of the building you lived in. Reports indicate that 10 people were killed in the explosion, 2 of whom were your parents. It must have been a terrible shock. In the span of a few seconds, you lost your family and your home. When the initial shock wore off, it was replaced with anger. You became obsessed with exacting revenge on those who had wronged you. You were lucky enough to be adopted by a kindly woman in her golden years, Constance Dove. Miss Dove's extreme kindness was matched in scale only by the enormous fortune she possessed. You two lived quite happily as a family for a time. Sadly, it wasn't to last. Miss Dove departed from this world 5 short years later, leaving her fortune to you. Before long, you graduated from secondary school and took a part-time job at a prominent newspaper. Considering your sizable inheritance, I don't think you took the job for pocket money. You were searching for something. Using the newspaper's resources, you finally hunted down the men responsible for your misery. You knew that both Bill Hawks and Dimitri Allen were responsible for the explosion. Armed with this information, you concocted a plan to avenge your parents. First, you befriended Dimitri and convinced him to resume his research on the time machine. Then, you used your inheritance to set up this elaborate facsimile of London. With your stage in place, you used your contacts in the press to find the best scientists in the country. After all, you would need quite a bit of help to complete this time machine. You then proceeded to lure these brilliant men into your trap. However, unbeknownst to Dimitri, most of your staff were not working on the time machine.
What?
Clive had secretly reassigned many of the scientists to a different project. You might think of it as his pet project. We don't have all day, Layton. What was the second project? A weapon designed to cause destruction on an unimaginable scale.
A weapon? Is this true, Clive?
And I thought scientists were supposed to be observant. While you focused on your machine, I had a different goal. Though some may call it revenge, I prefer to think of it as justice over single-minded scientists and corrupt politicians.
What are you saying, Clive?
Enough explanations. Let me show you.
Hey!
again, I don't blame him for. I don't blame him for what he's doing because you know he wants revenge. But this is going a little too far.
Yeah. In some way, I also don't. While I don't condone for like what he's doing and such, at the same time, it's not hard to believe on like why he wants some revenge, or at least why he wants some justice, unlike to the people that basically killed his parents, even if it was unintentionally and such.
Now I understand why. Because
Yeah.
I was a little bit confused as to why he was the bad guy. So I was like,
Basically,
wait.
yeah. Professor,
very
what are we gonna do? He has Flora and
Layton, look over there.
where? There.
Uh-oh. Holy crap!
Move to higher ground.
Not holy crap,
Their crowd.
but holy fuck.
This is a set. We all know this is a set to make us believe this is something. So. What about Chummy?
Chelmeet's there. He made it out. He's alive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got scared for a second there.
No, don't worry. He made it out. I saw him in a cutscene. Professor, what is that thing? It seems as if Clive's been working on some sort of mobile fortress. Flora's trapped in there. We've got to save her. And we will. In the next stream.
After.
Yep. So, we are gonna be done. The next stream is definitely going to be the finale. We got 2 more chapters left to go. And pretty much the last 2 chapters is basically going to be to stop Clive and save Flora. Holy shit.
We made it this far. I told you I wasn't gonna stop until we got to chapter 13.
Yep. And we made it just in time too. It's been almost 3 hours actually. We've been streaming for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. So yeah.
Yep.
So like I said, we pretty much got all the story heavy stuff sort of out of the way. We still got more story heavy stuff to go though. There's still some mysteries we didn't solve just yet, but everything's going to be solved in the final stream. So yep. Next time when we come back, and I'm gonna make sure that ESM is in here too, because I also want him to see the ending. So, but yeah,
I already know the ending because I saw it for curiosity, but I'm not gonna spoil it, so you guys have to find out.
Alright, yeah, but I will say this: the ending is going to be very bittersweet. If you thought that the ending of Diabolical Box almost made you cry, I'll just say this: get your tissues ready. You're definitely gonna need them. But
Alright,
yeah.
so as for the finale, we've been talking about it for a while, and we decided that we're gonna do it this upcoming Friday.
We're gonna try to do it Friday if we can, because ESM is working actually. He's actually working at Best Buy, so if he's able to get a day off on Friday, then we'll be able to do it. If not, sad to say, we are gonna have to push it to the 13th, because next weekend I'm gonna be going out of town for a bit. So if we can't do it Friday, then the finale stream will either have to be on the 13th, if very possible. So, yeah. But like I said,
which will be on 4. Never mind. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say we'll basically keep you guys information about what's going on and everything. But yeah, so next stream, not only will this be the final part for Unwound Future, but it's going to be the final part in this Layton trilogy period. So basically,
and we'll be done with Layton.
And
we'll be done with Layton for a long time.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna be done with Layton for a long. Well, technically, Toy Bonnie and ESM are gonna be done with Layton. I'm not gonna be done with Layton, because literally right after this, I'm gonna be practicing the first game for the prequel trilogy, which is Last Spectre. So I'm gonna practice that game, and I'm gonna practice that game for the next Layton walkthrough, which is gonna be next year. So technically, I'm not gonna be done with Layton just yet. So, but pretty much, yeah. When we get done with Unwound Future, we are done with the Layton-thon, and we'll also let you know what the next, marathon is what game's going to be next for another marathon and such. So won't say anything just yet. We'll just let you know when the final stream comes.
Yep,
but yeah,
and
so we only got 2 more chapters left to go, and yeah, like I said, it's going to be a wild ride. It's definitely going to be something. It definitely does feel like a grand finale to, like, you know, the to the Layton trilogy. So I can't wait for you guys to see it. So.
And I can't wait till we get till we finish this game, so I can go back and so I can continue working on so we can continue working on what.
Yeah. All right, but before we go, as always, Toy Bonnie, what did you think of this session? What did you think of this session?
Isn't it obvious by the tone of my voice? This was fucking amazing.
It was. It was definitely was. You were definitely on the edge of your seat. And actually, you know, I was waiting for your reaction when we got to the Thames Arms. I was just like, but first. I was definitely waiting for your reaction because I knew you were gonna be pissed off along with the rest of the other guys.
With who?
Basically, you know, basically before we got to the restaurant, I was just like, but first we gotta solve some puzzles. I was basically waiting for your reaction.
Wait a moment. So if we didn't solve them, the cutscene wouldn't happen yet.
No, I know. Like I said, you don't have to go for 100%. So if you would have gone to the restaurant, you didn't have to worry about it because you can go back and solve the puzzles anytime you want.
All right.
Yeah. I just basically did it because, like, you know, I just basically did it just to get him out of the way and everything. Because, like I said, you know, the rest of chapter 13 and the last one, the epilogue, is gonna be very story heavy. There will be some puzzles, but it's mostly gonna be story heavy, especially the ending.
All right, then we also have to finish my my storybook minigame, which you only got 1 left, and you said it was chapter 13.
Yes, it was in chapter 13. So yeah, when we finish the picture book minigame, all the minigames are going to be done as well.
And finally, we already finished the toy car minigame, and then I have the storybook one, which is the last one we have to need to complete, and then we can just focus on the story.
Yes. Alrighty, everyone. So this will wrap up for the session of Professor Layton. Again, we'll let you guys know. Hopefully, we'll do it Friday. We're gonna try to push it Friday if possible. If not, then we're definitely gonna try at least, you know, put it on, you know, November the 13th. But at the very least, I do want Justin to be here to at least, you know, see the finale and everything. So, anyways, so this has been Sakura Diesel saying thank you all so much for watching this live stream. If you guys have enjoyed this session of Professor Layton, don't forget to hit the like button. If you guys want to see more you know, streams, not only Layton streams, but other streams we do have planned coming up soon, hit that subscribe button as well. Speaking of games, don't forget, if you guys got any games you'd like for me to try, yeah, see you later, James. If you guys got any games you want for me to try, list them in the comments or either YouTube or on my Facebook page. Also, don't forget to check out, you know, Space Train's main channel and gaming channel, Disney John. If you guys like movie and TV show reviews, check out my main channel too, or check out mine and Space Train's collab series, Review Bros, where we review movie and TV shows together.
And again, we need to say, every episode of Thomas and Friends Season 8 review is coming.
It is coming, and it's still getting close. We're still working on it.
Yep.
But anyways, alright, and also don't forget to check out my good friend Justin's channel as well too. Again, links will be in the description below for all those channels. So, until then, this has been Sakura Diesel with my good friend
Space Train 1984.
And again, ESM, again, don't forget to thank the ESM for coming in here too. But until then, we'll see you guys at the final, for the final stream of Unwound Future and the final Layton stream as well. So, until then, take care, everybody.
Bye-bye, guys.